Pulled from the tapestry of history, this is Threads of the War, personal, truth-inspired flash fiction of the 20th century's war. I'm Jeremy Strozer. Start. Soft ripples of water are the only sound of this dark, still night in which we descend on Belgrade. From behind the breech of a 120mm howitzer, sitting atop a pivot at the center of the SMS Bodrog, I can see the Serbian fort on the southern end of the Belgrade railway bridge. Finally, we will give these murderers a taste of steel. In line with two of the three other river monitors of the Danube flotilla and the tugs towing barges of soldiers for an amphibious invasion, we move within range of the fort defending Belgrade. I wish I could man all three main guns at the same time, firing in every direction like a scythe to pay back the blood of Serbian aggression. This will be the Empire's response to murder, you bastards! Swiveling my head to look toward the bow and then the aft of the ship, I can see the crews readying the two deck-mounted Skoda 120mm guns. We will all fire at once. It will be glorious. Fire! The captain screams for all the gun crews to hear. Yanking the firing mechanism, my howitzer blazes a 20-kilogram shell toward the fort at the southern side of the bridge, sending a ball of flame from the front of the barrel, delivering it with a crashing blame and fire against the now shattered fortress walls. The deck guns are just a moment behind, unleashing their fire on the same unlucky fort. This is retribution. We are the vanguard of the Empire. Serbia will cease to exist. Fire at will! The captain orders. Clore and Ailes, smiling despite the weight of the shell, diligently reload the howitzer. Finally, action! Finally, war! Locked! Dammit yells so I can hear him. I yank the firing mechanism again, sending another high-explosive shell toward the Serbian fort. They have nothing to touch us. This will be so easy. The walls of the fort are gone. Its Serbian flag has fallen. Serves you right, you bastards! I yell toward the fort as a white flag rises from its broken battlements. Huzzah! 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 The crew yells in unison. They surrender so quickly. Only 6 shots from our guns to bring them to heel. This war will be over in a week. Small arms and rifle fire erupt along the shoreline leading towards Belgrade. They're taking shots with what they have. Switch targets! Hit the river walls! The captain orders. We scramble to rotate the howitzer as the other crews rotate the deck guns and the 37mm guns toward the river walls. Your time is at an end. You have nothing. Locked! Dammit yells. Yanking the firing mechanism, I let my eyes slip away from the target toward one of the river tugs, which is towing a barge full of shock troops towards the Serbian bank of the river. A moment later, this tug stops suddenly, losing connection with its barge. The barge is floating toward the Serbian side of the river. Cover the barge! I yell. Just as I do, a massive explosion erupts from the Serbian side of the bridge. Its beams broken. A span of the bridge collapses into the water. They've blown the bridge. The army cannot cross on foot now. It will be up to the barge infantry to take the south bank of the river. We need to protect the barge! The captain yells. Lock! Dammit yells. I yank the firing mechanism again, sending a high explosive shell toward the Serbian gunners on the bank of the river. These shells won't stop those gunners. We need anti-personnel shells for this kind of fire. The rifle fire picks up, compelling the shock troops in the barge to jump out for safety. They're being slaughtered. We must cover those men! I project to no one in particular. Its load reduced by the men jumping for their lives, the barge begins drifting, slowly pulled by the current back toward the Austrian bank. I look out over the river where soldiers' bodies float alongside and behind the barge. We did not take Belgrade tonight. Victory over the Serbs may take a little longer than I originally thought. Around midnight on July 28, 1914, Austro-Hungarian forces attempted a quick strike to take Belgrade, the capital of Serbia, by force. Their intent was to land shock troops on the Serbian side of the Danube-Sava Rivers, march across the only bridge connecting Serbia to Austria, and present the world with the captured capital before Russia, Germany, and France could mobilize their militaries. Instead, the mission, which began with the Austrian river monitor SMS Bodrog firing the first shot of the war, ended with Austro-Hungarian troops repulsed and a section of the bridge blown by the Serbs. Austria-Hungary would later capture, lose, and recapture the Serbian capital through the war. Unfortunately for the Austrians, the war was not the quick win they expected. The SMS Bodrog saw action throughout World War I, in the interwar years, in World War II, and beyond. It was decommissioned in 1962, turning instead to industrial use as a gravel barge. Today it is owned by the Serbian Ministry of Defense and Belgrade's Military Museum, which plan to restore the ship. If you would like to support the prevention of future war, or you simply enjoy the stories I tell, please consider becoming a patron of this work by visiting my Patreon page at patreon.com/Jeremy Strozer, or purchasing one of my books wherever books are sold. You could learn more about me, my work, and my mission at jeremystrozer.com. Thank you.